So I went to France.
Yeah.
Not even a month ago.
Mine will be a week. What did you say? A week later?
A week before the week I
Just
went.
a week separation.
Just next year.
Yeah.
So around the same time of year,
Crazy.
end of September. This is when their colors are starting to change. They have a full-on autumn there.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do.
I didn't realize. I've never been to France in the autumn. I have been to France several times, all different parts, but not this part.
Yes, and it is so special because obviously there's history everywhere, but the medieval towns, like make you feel like in knights
like
and
at
ladies,
a Renaissance fair or something,
exactly.
but like legit.
Yeah. And every town just has its own charm, and I don't know, it's a sweet place.
So tell me about the excursions, because that is a big part. You know, when I took the group to Spain, the excursions became such a real lovely kind of big deep breath for the experience. So I'm curious to hear a little bit about those.
So they will rearrange it depending on weather, and they really want to line up one in particular called Isajac is a town. They want to line that up on market day because it's apparently one of the largest open air markets in southern France, and it is such a charming place to see. Everybody's out selling their wares. You've got handmade soaps and honey and all kinds of croissants, all the cheeses and meats,
and they give you time. Like they build in, you know, that's one thing that's lovely about Uptrek. They're very aware of what us as humans need when we travel.
Yes. Right?
And so they build time in for shopping and just doing the touristy things that we want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the same is true for Aimé. This is the town that the property is right near this town. It's literally just a mile away. You can walk there. The property also offers bikes. If you like to go biking, you can bike to the town or any of the nearby, like neighboring country roads. It's so lovely. So the little town of Aimé is actually quite a tourist hub.
I
didn't realize this. Wine country. So we get to do a wine tasting in town and try the delicious Merlots and white wines. And so if that's your thing, it's amazing. And food is so good. And then the best excursion is a full day in Baynac. I'll just shorten it to Baynac because there's a castle there, literally on the top of a cliff. And it is from the 1100s.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And it is so complete. Renovations had to be done, but for as old as it is and as many wars as it's seen.
Right. That's fascinating, isn't it?
It is incredible.
I'm a big castle girly. Like my husband, I think, has had that influence on me. And all the traveling that we've done, you know, all over Europe, I've visited so many castles. And the cool thing is I've also kind of figured out some really awesome hacks for sketching castles without losing your mind.
Oh my gosh.
So
you got to just come to this retreat. I want to hear what that is.
Because really it can be intense. And that's something that is important to talk about when you're considering a retreat. Part of the reason we wanted to chat today is to kind of alleviate some of those fears.
Yeah. And some of you have mentioned this challenge of painting on location is that it's overwhelming. There's so much to see. What do you actually paint? And the tour guide who takes us to this castle, she has 2 spots already picked out that she's like, the artists love them here. They love to paint here. There's shade. There's bathrooms nearby.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's important.
It is, actually.
Those type of things are so important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've got it all figured out. I mean, every need you have is met. So
yeah.
I
think that's one of Uptrek's superpowers, to be quite honest, is their ability to plan, of course, and prep and have all these incredible places vetted, but then they're also incredibly responsive. I always tell the story of when we were in Spain, we were in Ronda. I personally was like, I do not want to go back to the studio yet. Like I wanted to stay and like sketch. And so we had lunch, and then my desire to stay turned into a whole group of us, but not the whole group staying. And I reached out to the folks on my WhatsApp at Uptrek, and they had a taxi scheduled for us within like 10 minutes, pickup time, pickup location, and they paid for it.
That's awesome.
And that's the kind of responsiveness that you really can expect with Uptrek at the helm of these retreats.
Dietary restrictions.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Even if you can't handle staying up late or having late dinners, they have accommodated that too. They will take care of all of your dietary needs, especially because that's a huge part of the trip is you're going to be eating together as a group the most amazing foods, all cooked on site, and they want to make sure you enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was my 4th retreat. It was
Yeah.
my 3rd Uptrek retreat.
I have done 1 Uptrek retreat and have all these wonderful things to say, but you've done 3.
Yeah, and I keep coming back. They do an amazing job. They're amazing retreats. Locations are well vetted. They make sure that they're places you're going to love. And there's so much inspiration to be found. So if you love to paint and you want to find more joy in painting on location, do this retreat with Christy.
Do the retreat.
Sign up. Don't hesitate.
I want to ask you about how it felt to come to this group for the first time. These folks that, I mean, there is the Facebook group, which is fantastic. They opened the Facebook group 4 months prior to the trip, and you get to know each other that way. And there's other ways if you don't do Facebook. Ultimately, you're coming together on that first day.
You are. And so the first thing is you settle in and then you have a big dinner together.
Yeah.
And I love the first evening together because I just love to ask questions, and I'll have everyone kind of be in a circle. We'll introduce ourselves and I'll say, share 2 fun facts about yourself.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I just hug everybody.
Hugs are good too. And then because you're having dinner every meal you're having together, you're switching up spots. At least we did.
We did.
And getting to know people, different people at the table at different times. And so by the end of that week, you just have 15 new friends.
You really do. I still chat. Our WhatsApp channel with all my students is still open, still active. We're coming on a year later. And folks have met up privately,
that
you
happened
know,
with my groups too.
Did it? Yeah, that's awesome. So I think we can both be a testament to the fact that what happens in the studio doesn't stay in the studio. You're building these lifelong kind of friendships that are based.
Artists are kind of lonely a lot of the time. Like we sit at our desk and we work on our projects and maybe post on Facebook once in a while, but this will open your eyes. Like having a community of people that you get to paint together with and learn and make these breakthroughs with, it's unforgettable. You're never going to want to paint by yourself again.
Yeah, right.
It's just so good. Like I think that aspect of the retreat is honestly the most unexpected and beautiful part of it. We go to these exotic locations thinking only about the excursions, the food, all of that, which is great. But it's really the friendships that stick with you.
Yeah. It's what happens in those small moments, in the conversations, in the little like sidebars, so to speak, where you're in the studio and I might have just taught something or you might have just taught something, but there's connections going on seat to seat and across the tables. And, you know, in the morning, sometimes you have super early risers that are at breakfast early and they're chatting somewhere, and that's where a lot of the magic happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you're worried about painting in front of other people or, being judged or any of that, just don't worry. Beginners are welcome. All levels are welcome. I think I'm speaking for you.
They are. I'm so glad. Yeah.
Welcome.
My first retreat, I had a woman who had never picked up a brush. Not just never tried watercolor. She had never painted except, maybe like in grade school. She wrote a review and she had said something to the effect of that. She felt so welcome, so comfortable, and she was very nervous about feeling the opposite of all that.
And there's no one better for that than Christy. She will make you feel so at ease. She's going to encourage you all the way. You're going to feel so loved on and just taken care of.
Well, I try. But I do feel it's not just fluff. I do feel that every brush stroke that you put on that paper, it is a path you're supposed to be on.
Yeah.
It's a place you're supposed to be first before the next. So, yeah. And I think that is important for the hobby painter all the way up, that you need to get out from behind your little home cove, and it's so important to break out of that, and it will accelerate your skill level and your confidence level like nothing else.
Yeah. It's going to stick with you forever.
Absolutely.
In the best way. If you have any more questions, email Uptrek. They are so good about responding to specific questions like what kind of rooms you're going to have, or can you accommodate this or that. And Christy's here to help too. So
you can email me. I answer questions all the time. But and don't think that you can't ask me, or of course Uptrek is fantastic. If you have questions about language barriers, if you have questions about, you know, anything at all, like food, you know, the schedule and the timing of meals and anything at all that's more logistical, please ask, because it's important stuff.
Yeah.
And the one thing I think I will end with, just, I know myself, you know, I can get kind of overwhelmed with the people-y stuff. And I am a type of gal that does need some downtime. And
that's a good point.
yeah, and that was something some of the folks in my first retreat very much so needed as well. And I think it's important to note that there is flexible time. There is time breaks where you could go back to your room and just like
there's
take a nap,
free time
yes.
after all the art sessions, and you don't have to attend all the art sessions.
You really don't.
It is a retreat. You can go swimming, you can go for a bike ride, you can go do yoga somewhere. It's your time, it's your retreat. So you know, you can make it as much of a work session as you want, or a rest time.
Really.
So,
and if someone decides to, for example, one of my students decided not to go on one of the excursions. She was feeling the over people-ness, and she wandered back down into one of the towns, and she did miss a little demo that I did. So I'll demo for her again. You know, I pulled her aside when she had a moment, and she didn't miss anything. So just know that.
You go above and beyond.
Well, you know.
That's
so awesome. Just know that there's an extreme amount of flexibility, and this is your retreat. This is your time. And, you know, I'm here. Uptrek is here to make it work for you.
Yay! Sign up for Christy's retreat to France.